if the state of Israel did this, if it was Mossad, if it was professional assassins or even just pro-Israel assassins, you'd want to make it look like maybe Arabs did it, because then you could blame the people you want to blame, right? Or you can make it look like the trans death cult. And they've kind of gone both ways on this, because look, this person's Omar. So Omar is saying Charlie Kirk's coming to my college and let's just say something big will happen tomorrow. So that's not absolutely a trans person. The name's Omar. You could claim they're trans later if you needed to, if it's convenient. But right now, I mean, you got an Arab. And then you've got Osama bin Tezuku. I mean, hello, could this be more staged? And this person is saying, 5 days ago posting, you guys, I have something big coming soon, just to be sure. Check the news. You'll know it when you see it. And then the person retweeted their own tweet from 5 days earlier, from the 5th of September, and now saying, well, that's that. Another chud bites the dust. Osama bin Tezuka. This looks like they were actually trying to plant this on Arabs. They were going to go in that direction. But then the right decided, no, this is the trans death cult. And so now they're having to go in that direction. And they're like, okay, switch everything out, make it a trans death cult, because that's the direction these guys want to go in. When we could have just blamed it on terrorism, radical Islamic terror. This is just a lot of fumbling and bumbling going around. And, there's probably a lot of the law enforcement and FBI, they feel a lot of pressure to come up with somebody. They've got somebody and they're just going in that direction. And now people are rabid at the mouth thinking about, they're foaming at the mouth, rabid about the trans death cult angle. And so they're going in that direction. But those initial tweets that were coming out that they were kind of digging, those look planted, like they were going to put it on Arabs first. And then now pivot, switch. And now we're going to put it on the trans death cult, because that's the direction people want. And I think we should all be really suspicious. And a lot of people that are out there, they're just automatically, especially on the right, which is really concerning, all just out there knee-jerk reaction is trust the government. No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to trust the government. I'm not going to trust the government. I'm not going to trust their narratives. I'm not going to trust that when there is a powerful leader of movements that gets assassinated, I'm not going to just automatically believe it was just some lone 22-year-old gunman who had a trans boyfriend, and that's why, and he just happened to take a perfect shot, a perfect kill shot, and happened to stuff a Mauser 30-06 in his tight jeans he wasn't even wearing. Actually, he was wearing gray shorts. I mean, none of this is making sense. We should all be asking more questions. We should be holding them accountable, law enforcement accountable. We should force them to make the story make sense. And right now, the story's not making sense. So everybody else that's out there, the big conspiracy theorists, those of us that are challenging these narratives and saying, hey, there was one group that had a motive. You have to ask for the motive. What is the motive? And they say, well, the trans death cult, they just hated Charlie Kirk because he was a Christian and he was, whatever. I guess you could establish that motive. You could pin it on a lot of people when it comes to any of us political talkers. But there was one group that benefited the most on this. And one group has the sophistication, the resources, the ability to pull something like this off, and the ability to pin it on whoever they want, and the ability to basically gaslight or force or intimidate our law officials to go along with their narrative that they have established for us. And they have the ability to manipulate data online. When they say we're gathering a mountain of digital data, I don't trust your digital data, just like I don't trust your AI generated image of the perpetrator. You shouldn't be using any of that stuff. So ask questions, stay skeptical of this. The story is not adding up as much as people want it to. It just simply isn't. And that's really just stay skeptical. Stay skeptical.